Hi, everyone. I'm Colleen Frangos, Rocket IT's Community Relationship Coordinator, and welcome to another great conversation on Thrive Gwinnett. So Thrive Gwinnett is Rocket IT's new community-focused video series, a little bit different than our CEO, Matt Hyatt's podcast series, but I get a really fun, exciting opportunity to talk to a lot of very influential, very innovative, very passionate people in the Gwinnett County community who are making a positive impact in light of a very challenging year that is 2020. And today is no different. I am joined today by the Atlanta Tech Park's very own marketing director, Miss Julie Price. So Julie, thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, Julie and I put this together last minute because we've got something important to talk about during the month of October. I think naturally, as a thriving business in the information technology space, Rocket IT continues to shed some light on the October's National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And Julie's going to help me out just a little here. So Julie, I feel very confident that the Gwinnett community knows about the Atlanta Tech Park. I think you would have to be living under a rock, but maybe we need to dive in. So I think the leadership that Robin Bienfait, the founder of the Atlanta Tech Park, that she provides this community, as being a tech accelerator. She has been able to really provide some expertise in the cybersecurity space that this community is now afforded with the Atlanta Tech Park. So can you tell us a little bit more about what she's doing and how that's benefiting this community?
Yeah, absolutely. So Robin has a long track record of being both in the IT space and in the security space. She's an alum of Georgia Tech.
Okay.
And one of her primary goals has always been to keep the talent local. And that's what makes being a part of this even more exciting, is to see these companies grow and thrive and accelerate. And so Robbins has over 25 years experience with AT&T. She actually helped them navigate through the 9/11 crisis. She's also, she's got BlackBerry and Samsung experience. And so what she's been able to do at the park, which differentiates us from your typical accelerator, is she's very hands-on with her members. And so she's able to take companies and take their ideas that they have and get them connected with who they need to, whether it's funding or B2B or B2C. She's there to guide them. And that's actually one of the perks of being a member of the park. And in fact, there's one company that I wanted to talk a little bit about that's specific to cybersecurity.
Oh, interesting.
Called Smart Eye, and they're a member here. And it's been great to watch them grow. They did their new product launch last May, and they've gone from one membership to a dedicated desk to a dedicated office to now they've got a suite. And
there you go.
What their technology does is basically, if you have a cell phone and you're looking at a document, like so many of us do now, how many times do you download a PDF? But if you're in a restaurant or you're someplace and you really don't want someone to see it, it takes your front-facing camera and it reads your biometrics. And if somebody comes up behind you or you set your phone down, it locks the document down. So,
that's creative.
Yeah, it's such a great, to see the advances that they're doing in security now. And we have several companies that I'm doing shout outs to. One Login is based here. Their Southeast region office is here at the park. Very cool. We have Invisticom and Certainty. And so all of them, in addition to Smart Eye, are members of the park and are totally cybersecurity driven.
That's amazing. Wow. Yeah. And I'm sure, again, having Robin there kind of being that hands-on guide and advice that they desperately need, I'm sure. Just, not everyone has a huge board that they can lean on. So that's cool. Very
And the other
cool.
thing that she likes to do, and we take advantage because the space itself,
Mhm.
you've got not only co-working space, but there's a huge event space. And so
Mm.
what Robin's doing is she's curating events. We have two big events each year, and
Okay.
um, one is fintech and one is health tech. But
Mm.
she puts her own spin on it, of course, as only Robin does.
Love
And
it.
she brings cybersecurity. And so what we do is we focus on that intersection
Okay.
of how cybersecurity impacts, affects, helps fintech and health tech. And so we've had one of each so far, and we're planning our next fintech event right
That's fantastic. I
now.
love it. I love it. Julie, that's really cool. So, to take things up a notch, um, again, it sounds like great things are happening,
Yeah.
but 2020 has been a challenging year for a lot of individuals and businesses alike. And I would be curious to hear from you what that, back in March when everything, we had the shutdown,
Mhm.
what that looked like for the park and how you guys adapted and coming out of it, I want to say.
Sure. Sure.
How y'all are doing?
Well, we're gaining ground back, as I think
Mhm.
everybody is we're trying to get
Yeah.
back to where we were pre-COVID. Um,
Right.
what we ended up doing is the park is so big at 44,000 square feet, so we're
Mhm.
able to social distance fairly
True.
easily. So that's
Okay.
nice. But we did have everybody, when it was shut down, we did a lot of virtual events,
Mhm.
and it actually spurred us on to where we create a virtual membership now.
Oh, wow.
So we have regular events that are virtual focused, and
Okay.
they're held virtually. And as a member, you get to attend those, and then you still get to consult with Robin. And then
Okay.
we pivoted, and then like we have a wine Wednesday every month, and we did that on a Zoom call. We scheduled it for 5 o'clock. We told everybody to go get your cocktail,
Yeah.
and then what was great about it though is we brought members in from the community that um, were focused on small businesses and
Mhm.
how do you navigate. I mean,
Yeah.
how do you deal with PPP and EIDL, and how do you get things
Right.
forgiven, and what technology can you use? So we really tried to keep that connection going and
Mhm.
still focus on the task at hand or
Right.
the challenges that everybody was facing. And
Yeah.
then what we've been doing to open back up has been great because again, we've got companies that are members that
Mhm.
have developed technology. And I think that's from a tech side of things, that's been neat
Mhm.
to watch during
Oh,
COVID
yeah.
is how fast the tech community has stepped up and come up with technology solutions to try to support the getting back to work or school or
Right.
whatever. And so, we've got a monitor that'll monitor temperatures before you come in, and we've got stickers everywhere, which is not,
Mm.
it's low tech but still.
It's
um,
helpful.
so we do that, and one company has wristbands that monitor everything and can actually send off an alarm if you are within that 6 feet of social
Ah, wow.
distancing to kind of help
Okay.
members. So um, and then the other thing that we did that was really neat with one of, because literally one of our major events happened in the middle of
Mm,
COVID, and
yeah.
we had rescheduled it twice. And so when the
Mm.
third date came along, we're like, forget it. We are
It's
not
happening.
putting this off. So we did a hybrid event.
Cool.
We had a virtual event, and it was also in person. We
Mhm.
limited our in-person people to 50, which fit inside the CDC guidelines. And then we worked with a local company here in the Atlanta area to give us a really high tech feel for the virtual experience without killing our budget. And it was
Yeah.
great because it had booths and different rooms and a stage. And so it made, what we hoped was it gave the user a better experience than just
Yeah.
sitting feeling like they were on a Zoom call all day long.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard
So,
to stay engaged. That's
yes,
true. That's
yeah.
amazing.
So,
Wow.
so yeah, we did a lot of pivoting.
Yes, yes, and we're successful at it, so I think
Yeah.
it's great, and we've learned something new, and,
Exactly.
may need to use it again, we don't know.
Well, we don't, because we don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
We are probably always going to make our events a hybrid event.
Mhm. Yeah.
One, we had somebody attend from Iowa, and
Wow.
that just would never have happened if it was strictly in person. So
That's
we
true.
feel like we can broaden our reach
Hmm.
and expand our engagement with people
Yeah.
by doing the hybrid events. So
That's
um,
awesome. That's
now
so
that we have
awesome.
it under our belt.
Yeah. Well, and to close this out, Julie, again, we agree with you. We agree with Robin. We want to keep the talent local. But beyond that, how can Gwinnett as a community continue to support the Atlanta Tech Park? Make sure that this stays
Yeah.
here and is thriving.
We're getting so much support from the Gwinnett community already. I mean,
That's
Southwest
fantastic.
Gwinnett Chamber is a
Mhm.
member.
Yes.
We actually had two companies that recently graduated our program. And what that means is they have outgrown the space. And
Mhm.
so we are excited because Control Rad and Rebus are two companies that they outgrew the space, but they stayed in Gwinnett County.
That's
And
cool.
that is just that summarizes Robin's vision
Yeah.
right there to a T. So Gwinnett has been so supportive of us already that I can't, it doesn't, I wish I could say, oh, well, you could do this, but I mean,
Right.
they're already doing it,
Just keep
they're,
it up.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I think continuing to support us
Yeah.
is great. And they have such a, we have such a great and collaborative relationship with them
Mhm.
that it makes being here uh,
A
so
breeze.
enjoyable. It's just a great place to work.
I love it. I love it. Well, Julie, I appreciate your time today. I appreciate the conversation and what you're doing over at Atlanta Tech Park. And please send our regards to Robin. And
I will.
again, this has been fun. So thank you.
Oh no, thank you. It's been a pleasure to be on. I love being able to give Robin the shout out she deserves.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, that's all we got for today. So thank you everyone for tuning in and listening to our great conversation, and join us again for another fun Thrive Gwinnett.
Well,
Bye.
have a great day.